Welcome to my tutorial on how to do a 14 pool into nydus all in PvZ. In this game it's me as the Zerg player and Snickle as our Protoss player. Both around diamond 1-ish, depending on the day. We're hovering around 400 to 4100, 4000 to 4100 MR. So you'll see I send this overlord out first. I don't actually send it to the standard location here though. You want to send it over this way. The reason for that is your second overlord, which we'll talk about later, comes out too late to reach it here in time, and it can just lead to them having enough units to easily defend your nydus. So you want to get that over here as soon as humanly possible, and then send your second overlord here to continue scouting later. So we'll send that overlord that way at some point here. Oh yeah, all right. I messed up a little bit, that's okay. So you're supposed to build 2 drones. Your first one goes to mining, your second one goes to building your spawning pool. And then once your spawning pool is finished, so right now, you want to send another drone over and build your gas, and then add on 2 more drones, having the first one go to mine and the second one go to gas, and then add on an overlord after that, just so you have the supply to get your 6 lings out. So once the gas finishes, you add on 2 more drones over here, and just continue. You never pull these drones, just once these is done, just leave them on gas permanently for the rest of the game. So now right as your spawning pool finishes, you're going to want to build 6 lings and then a queen. And then once you're done with that, so once you've built both these, you want to go back to drone production again until you get to 21 drones. So we'll go up, speed up a little here, and then now we're at 21. The next unit we're going to want to build is an overlord, so you'll see I'll build the overlord next. And then 1 more drone, and start your lair right away. So you're going to start the lair first, then do the drone. And now here's kind of a crucial point. It depends on the map, but most of the time you're going to have time, as you see I'm about to do right here, to drop your roach horn before the lings will get to the front and you have to micro them too intensely. So you'll see right here I'm about to drop the roach horn, and then I can pop right over to the lings and kind of focus on what I want to do. In this game I decided to go for this pylon just because it'll unpower his cyber core and delay his warp gate, which can be super useful later on when the nydus comes in. So while you're doing this, which is really truly just a harassment, so all I'm doing here is harassing. I don't actually want to win the game with these lings. I just want to do a bunch of damage and like kind of get them focused on this instead of their normal build and kind of throw them off. You want to go home and build 4 more drones and an overlord. So you get 4 more drones. The 4th is so that you can have a nydus network and still be fully saturated, and then the overlord is so you have enough supply to build the rest of the units that you're going to put into the nydus network later. You see, I just kind of go for the... Generally, I go for the buildings that are powered. So I go for the gateway here that is trying to produce something. I think I honestly probably could have gotten it if I'd been a little bit more greedy, but that can also lead to other issues. And I got a couple probes here, and I also get the stalker as well. So it all balances out. I've killed 2 of his starting units, which will then lead to my push, my nydus later being stronger because he won't have as much to defend. Now, in a perfect world, you wouldn't want to lose all your lings, but it doesn't matter as much if you get a decent amount of damage done. If you get no damage done and you lose all your lings, that can be a huge problem because then they still have a bunch of units, and you can't really have that extra unit count when you're dropping the nydus to deal with those extra units they may have. So right when the layer finishes, you drop the nydus, and then you want to take the queen over and not inject again because you'll have enough for your 3 roaches and 6 lings, and then basically any ling production and an extra queen after that. We'll get 3 roaches, 6 lings, move the queen over. I inject this game, I don't know why. It's not always perfect. And then you just kind of send them all here. Send the queen in first, obviously, so he can transfuse the worm when it's finished. start the worm as far to the south, or like basically as far away from their main as you possibly can in the main base area though, and then just continue to reinforce with lings once the nydus is finished and you're already in the base. So you'll see here, this is exactly what you want them to do. You want them to instantly pull probes, not come and bring a bunch of units, because you're not always going to win right away with this build. There are people who can hold this push pretty well, but you want to get a crap load of probe kills. You basically want to at least kill 10, if not, well, I'd say 5 to 10. So you even out the workers count or make it closer to being very similar, so that if they do hold, you're ahead and you can continue on, I don't know, going back into a standard game or another version of an all-in push. But as you see here, he just GG's out, and I kill basically all of his probes, so it does make sense. Now,